Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Unachievable farewells. The anniversary episode set up two very huge farewells, but it wasn't the largest, most exciting Friday program, nor did it have any clear cliffhangers. Doug was the first, more subtly. After Thanksgiving, his funeral will take place. Today, Julie took Holly on a nostalgic vacation and gave her a motivational speech about young love, grown love, and messy, complex love. After talking about herself and Doug, she returned home to see to her cherished spouse, who is currently ill and has been feeling depressed. She took a tray up to Doug in that last scene with the photo, which was both lovely and a little distressing. The love between her and Susan Seaforth Hayes was evident. It was made even more delightful by taking a minute today to recognize and pay tribute to Victor and John Aniston. Ashley Puzimis, Susan Seaforth Hayes, and Suzanne Rogers. Days of Our Lives set at Burbank's NBC Studios March 15, 24. Copyright hbstudios.com/XJ Johnson. Episode number 14984, 310-657-9661, U.S. Airdate, November 8, 24. To put it another way, Doug's farewell has finally arrived, and based on today, I am confident that they will do it correctly. The greater surprise comes next, John. His farewell story also begins when he is summoned away on ISA business. The season preview video makes it clear that he will disappear, most likely while on assignment. In the end, he will die, something Drake Hodgson approved of before to his own passing, as the show was uncertain if he would be able to return to Salem. Things are going to get difficult, particularly because it appears that there won't be as much time between the on-screen deaths of two incredibly adored individuals as we once believed. The good news is that we are certain that both guys will receive recognition, and we will be exploring their past as well as the lives of everyone Doug and John have impacted. We all know that Days of Our Lives occasionally gets, well, ridiculous, but executive producer Ken Corday assured us that those times are over. Mostly, it can also convey poignant, character-driven tales and farewells during such moments. Days while Johnny, Belle, Andrew, and Paul grin behind her in her house, Marlena joyfully converses with John on the phone. Prepare yourselves, as we are already witnessing family gatherings, from Julie to Maggie and Sarah's motivational speech to Holly. Really, girl, just ask Aaron out. No, he's dealing with too much family trouble. To get Belle, Andrew, and Paul to come home for Marlena, choose a lovely, dull day player. We also got engaged. We all saw Belle and EJ fighting in the trailer, so I'm not sure how long anyone will be remaining, but I sincerely hope she's staying to help Marlena and get some delicious narrative. Especially since she has returned to blaming and loathing EJ after the Gabi/EJ tease went completely awry. And aside from a straightforward plot to distance herself and Stefan from one another, I'm not sure what the goal was. Gone and here. Speaking of Gabi, it seems that she was about to make the connection to Stefan based on her reaction when she found out Vivian was in town. Gabi! Be astute! However, she ignored that and concentrated on Rafe, Jada, and separating Javi from Leo. Additionally, because Barish won't be returning. She'll just be ignorant and believe Stefan ran away forever, I suppose. Vivian and Kate strike a deal. Days. I was expecting for more before Viv was caught, but the Kate/Vivian confrontation was entertaining. However, I adore how Kate turned her in as soon as she could with a smile. Although I hope to see Vivian again, I believe it will only be another episode or two until she is taken away. She simply doesn't see how Vivian can stay for very long, as Louise Sorrell stated. In Salem, she's persona non grata. After she served her time and was released, the show planned a way out for her, but when Gabi turned her in for shooting Dimitri, she was instantly made a fugitive. We are unable to have pleasant things because of this. Alright, so Xander did attempt to murder Philip. He actually attempted to shoot him. In the house with the rifle. In the living room. He tried, but the show wouldn't let him finish, as I mentioned last week. He believed that he was aiming directly at Philip. Xander is simply stupid and no longer desperate. Be wise, Xander. I believe I've seen a trend with the characters lately. A gun is pointed at Philip. Days by Xander. I don't understand. To be honest, Titan could be better off with Philip. He implied that he knew their father better and understood how to better imitate him when he said that he rolled the dice that the gun wouldn't be loaded because Victor never kept a loaded gun in the house. Not that it's always a good thing. But at the moment, Xander is just acting violently and foolishly. Who is left? Is Maggie able to regain control? Returns Sunny? I am aware that Titan is not what Justin wants. Don't worry, just hand it to Kristen now. Interest in the cat was killed. It's strongly indicated that Clyde urged Chad to release Cat in return for Abigail's remains, however I'm not totally sure what the point of this is. And that's strange. Unless there's a particular cause. That made me wonder, why did Clyde choose Mark, Cat, and Katharina to defraud Chad? Perhaps they simply happened to be in the wrong location at the wrong time. Somehow, Clyde discovered the accident, grabbed Katharina, and then caught Cat in the rehabilitation center. Even if it was a bit pushy, that's what we've been thinking. These kinds of coincidences simply appear in Salem. However, there are instances when the coincidences go beyond that. What if Clyde, who already knew Katharina and possibly Cat, had been watching the family? He and Constantine are both criminals, they might have been in the same social circles, and a young Clyde might have even taken a fancy to Con's daughter. Thus, what if he is the father of Cat? Once more, I'm not sure why the show would do that, or why they would believe that the fans would care, but there are still unanswered questions in this plot, and he might now be worried about Cat's freedom. Although Cat appears to be the eldest sibling, Katharina may have met everyone else's father after becoming pregnant with Cat, running away from Clyde because he is insane, and having her husband raise Cat as her own. I'm not implying that she is aware of this or that any of the other Greens are Clyde's children. Any ideas? Wandering thoughts. Ava's interactions with Sophia were endearing, but I wish they had given her more to do. She was very correct when she warned Sophia that Tate might eventually return to Holly even if she had an affair with him. On the one hand, it's evident that Javi and Leo can match each other's energy levels. Meh, on the other hand. For Javi, find someone else. Well done, Rafe and Jada. I feel positive about these two. Primarily due to the fact that neither is now in love with anyone else, their former mob family, or anything else. Every time someone calls Joy a homewrecker, thinking they're being sweet, I think we should create a drinking game. Because it's obvious that we'll be bombarded with the body and soul comparisons until we lose our minds and believe we're all René Dumond. Brady is the most naive character on the canvas, despite the fact that he may have offered Tate some wise, fatherly counsel that was disregarded. Is Kristen dishonest and self-serving? A gasp. I was genuinely excited by the Day of Days season promo video. Additionally, I'm hoping that they've shot far enough in advance to include some fresh writer material. Check out the enormous photo collection below to commemorate Days of Our Lives anniversary. It transports you from the start of the soap opera to the present with unique pictures and priceless experiences.